Hi everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I am finally getting started, at least in one small section, to get the spring garden pulled out, meaning the seeds were harvested, and I have the bed prepped for summer plantings. Now, I'm a little off schedule. We've been getting a ton of rain, so the garden is not fully harvested at this stage. I'm gonna have to wait until week after next when I get back from the last two of my trips that I have scheduled. But today I am going to get this small foundation area off my back porch replanted using all food crops that I've grown from seed. And that's because I haven't gotten to the nursery to buy my summer flowers that I usually purchase from Big Bloomers. So this will be a really kind of unique bed, and it's going to be high intensity food crops, including zucchini, sorghum, peanuts, and tomatoes. Now I've already gotten some of the tomatoes planted. I put these on the cattle fence arch. These will grow up with a little bit of additional training from myself, and it's really awesome because it makes harvesting their fruit really easy. Now the three varieties that I've planted on this cattle fence are supposedly nematode resistant. And I say that in quotes because I don't really ever trust that. But I am hopeful that I'll at least get some harvest, considering all three plants already have tomatoes growing on them. They were pretty desperate to get planted. So I am just going to get this bed raked out. I actually have a massive amount of sedum that needs to be removed. I'm going to transplant that into areas where I don't want to have to concentrate on mulching. And then I'm going to get busy getting this area mulched and then replanted. Before I get started mulching this and then planting the vegetative things, I am going to sow some seed because I can't help myself. So first of all, getting rid of that sedum in here has allowed me to have this back corner to be able to plant some taller things. And in that, I'm going to do some mammoth sunflowers and some solar eclipse. I'm going to kind of just intersperse these together behind me in this back area. And then I'm going to do maybe 4 or 5, probably 5 seed of okra heavy hitter. This is a new to me variety that the picture from Baker Creek, it's just absolutely covered in giant okra pods. So I like planting, vegetables here because it's really conveniently placed for me to harvest, but also for me to water. I actually have 2 hoses that cover this bed. So I think this is a perfect place for something like okra that really does require regular maintenance for harvesting, really daily harvesting on okra. And then I am going to direct seed Queen Lime Blush Zinnia. And I really wish that I had started these in trays because I want every single seed to grow. But I'm gonna just scatter some like I usually do. I usually have very high success rate, just direct seeding zinnias. And fingers crossed, I will get this particular variety, which is better for mildew resistance and is just an exquisite flower for cut flower arrangements. All right, before I mulch and then plant, I'm just gonna scatter out some garden tone. This is kind of the All Solutions fertilizer, and I'm just kind of scattering it over the entire bed. That way, no matter where the seed germinates or where I plant something, there's some fertilizer available. You can use plant tone as well. I just found garden tone, and that's what I'm using. You'll notice I didn't add any compost to this bed, and that's simply because I think I have enough in here already. This is already really rich soil from 10 years of me building it. So I think we're in good shape for mulching and then planting. This bed will be done for the summer season. All right, the bed is mulched I have started placing some plants. I'm going to do an inner edge of peanuts, and hopefully week after next when I'm back in town, my basil, all my dwarf basil will have germinated, and I'll be able to plant a basil edge in front of the peanuts, because otherwise the rabbits will eat all of those peanuts. Now I have also put in one sweet potato. This is part of the Treasure Island sweet potato series, and one will absolutely fill this bed, so I don't need to put in too many plants. And then I have California Wonder bell pepper, and actually I have yellow straight neck squash that look really terrible. But hopefully a few days in the ground with fertilizer and this delicious soil, and everything will pop back into place. And a side note, in case you can't tell by my deteriorating appearance, it would appear today that North Carolina slid down the globe to the equator. It is the most humid day, really quite unpleasant. It's not terribly hot, it's so humid. I am completely soaked through. So I hope that I'm not offending you. This is just the reality of gardening in North Carolina through the summer season. And I have a feeling that all of these sun and heat loving crops are going to do great here in this southwestern facing corner of my back porch. I almost forgot the grand focal point, this pre-sprouted grow bag full of sorghum that absolutely cannot stay in this grow bag. It's already fully rooted through. I didn't realize how hard it's actually going to be to get it to come out, and how little energy I have as a result of sweating this much. But I'm determined, and I am going to get this transplanted into the ground where it will thrive, and it will ultimately feed birds right here off my back porch, so I can watch them when I am sitting drinking a cocktail in the evenings. All right, this might require getting a saw. So here we are, 1 week since the planting, giving you an update. So far everything looks good except for the squash, and they looked bad to begin with. And I'm happy to see some seedlings coming. So there's an okra germinating, another okra over there, and I see a zinnia right there, and another one here. So I think overall this bed is gonna fill out. Oh, I see sunflowers germinating throughout the back of the border. So I think this is gonna be a success for the summer. And believe it or not, I've actually been keeping this watered. It's just that everything wilts through the afternoons here in North Carolina when it's this temperature, which is unbelievably hot and unbelievably humid and very sunny. Well, I hope you'll be inspired to plant a foodscape of your own this year. Of course, if you want more instructions on how to do that, you can visit my website, breegrows.com, and order a copy of my book, The Foodscape Revolution, which gives you all the details that you'll need. I'm always happy to sign and personalize those copies and get that shipped out to you via USPS Media. Now, if you found this video to be helpful, please give me a thumbs up and be sure to hit that bell notification so you'll know when I post more videos. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Happy summer.